Cì-Нэйzan, it's very easy to find out what's wrong by touching. Okay, so over here, you put down the profile, what the problem. It's very important to talk to the people first, like the profile of liver, heart, lung, kidney, spleen, pancreas. Okay, and a very important part in this form they call disclaimer. You have the disclaimer. I'm aware that Cì-Нэйzan is a primary and education process in the enable me to care for myself. Okay, so it's acknowledgement of the student that they have to sign, and you have to go through with them that what is it. Okay, and in here your profile, and you need to talk to them what the problem they have. Because we are very concerned about organs, organ by organs. Okay, and people pregnant or they use IUD, that we need to check. If they have any operation, if they have any accidents, if they have cancer, they have stroke. All this you need to know. Okay, and under any psychiatric care, some people they have some mental problem we don't know, so that is you need to know. And what is their main complaint? Okay, and the Western diagnostic and medication that they in use. Some of them you might not know, but we're not stopping they're using any medication. We're not stopping them, but eventually you need to talk to them. If they have improved themselves, they need to reducing it. So I always work with doctor. This is very important. Okay, and if any holistic Chinese therapies, okay, and what kind of food they eat. This is a very important part of what they eat every day, because Cì-Нэйzan involves so much of you're changing their habit also. Okay, now on the back here. When you touch the abdominal, and you should have a box of coloring. So if you find something very tension, you put a red mark over there. Okay. Lesser you orange, and some place is no energy and very weak, you put a blue color. Okay. And the next time you come, you find that area again, and you see that what is that improvement or not. Okay, I learned the Cì-Нэйzan from my master, and he's when I learned from him, he's about 90 something already, and his appointment is up to 3 months. Yes, it's a long wait appointment. Okay. And my uncle is still in Bangkok. My uncle have terrible back pain, shoulder pain, and doctors say I have to do operation. And the Chinese said 50-50. That's it, 50-50. So he said he might not raise the hand or might not the neck. Okay, so it's 50-50. So it's what 50-50 you want, So he's looking for other mean. He's looking for every available mean, but it's the shoulder pain because when he came to Thailand, he's quite poor, so he carried the rice. So he's a long time injured on the shoulder. So and I find my master and I go and ask him that can my uncle come and do it? He said no, 3 months. He said it's very pain. I cannot wait 3 months. He said I cannot do. So I sitting there and watch him doing that, and he said, how about I tell you like this, if you come often, okay, if somebody cancel, I can give you. So I went there often, every day and watch him. I said, this is interesting, because when he do the massage, because I learned a lot of massage also, and all he do is spending hour and hour on the abdominal. So how big you are? Okay, how big? It's just this alone, He spent hour on it. And many people come and say, I have shoulder pain. So, okay, just work on here. Some people have leg pain, you just work on here. Back, anything, you just work on here first. So I started to very interesting. I said, this is what I liked, because I really go into the Tao concept of the thing, because everything is in here. Okay. So after that, I asked him, said, can I learn? He said, no, nobody can learn. I said, why? And how do you learn it? He said, I do it, and I get it that way. Okay. And I said, it's impossible, that cannot be learned. You know? So I said, I determined to learn it. And I go there often and watch. Because I have knowledge of anatomy and everything. And I take 2 years in Chulalongkorn, their anatomy. Okay. So I have an idea, because I know all the organs inside. Okay. So wherever he touch, but he said it's not the organ system, but there's something wrong, if something come up. And so finally, I show him all the anatomy book, and it's very interesting. He said, oh, this is another way to understand this. Okay, so that is how. So a lot of problem that he do is quite amazing. Okay, a lot of things that he do, and I used to drive him to the king monk. And the king monk, actually, after he died, the king monk want me to do it. I said, I have no way to go all the time because I'm very busy. Okay? So we went to the king monk to do the Chi-Нэйzzan for him to meet. When he do with the king monk, because that time all the king monk, when they become the king monk, not long they die because they get quite old, like the Pope in the Europe, you know. When they get to be a pope, they're so old already, they die. Only this one, the one that lasts longer. And the same thing that my master worked on him is a maintenance. It's one of the best stress release and the maintenance, good health. I always have to do it. Okay. To maintenance, and you're going to live much healthier and much longer. So for a lot of complaint, a lot of problem, a lot of sickness, the Chi-Нэйzzan will work. But when you learn the Chi-Нэйzzan, you have to know that what this can do and what this cannot do. It's very, very important. Okay. Usually the Chi-Нэйzzan always go with the cosmic healing. After you finish, you channel the forces. Each organ, you channel different force into the organ. So we live in the force. Okay, the Chi-Нэйzzan is very physical. The cosmic healing is forces. Okay, the energy, the power. So they work very well, and together with their practice, together with the practice of the healing Tao, the universal Tao, is fixed perfectly. So we have a very good team now, like the healing Tao instructor or the universal Tao. So in the American we call healing Tao instructor, and now I use the universal Tao. And in Europe, sometimes they use healing Tao, sometimes they use Tao yoga. Okay. So so all of them, including teaching the people how to practice, how to get rid of emotional, and the Chi-Нэйzzan and the cosmic. So it's a fixed, perfectly match for incredible healing technique inside that. Okay. Sometimes it don't work that way. So sometimes if you are already doing some kind of massage and you have some kind of build up, it's very good to expand yourself. Okay, very important to expand yourself. That massage alone is not going to work. Only sometimes they have to go home. You have to teach them how to inner smile, how to do sequence sound, how to activate their own healing power. And when I started to do the Chi-Нэйzzan, I'm doing in Bangkok. Okay, at that time I Sukhumvit first street, and I have clinic there. And that time I very emphasize also already in the practice, and they have to do themselves. They have to do themselves. Okay, and I always have to give them a homework. If they are come to me and depend on me to heal them, I don't want to do that. At that time I'm the manager and make a lot of money already. I don't need this thing. But later on, eventually, the money that I make in the teaching and the Ci-Нэйzzan exceeds my manager salary many times. Okay, so I have to quit it. That I'm the manager and all these things. Make a lot of money, and the company give me so many things. But finally, I quit and do this. That time they're going to send me to England for study for the general manager, and I said, so I quit it and I do this together with the Qi machine. I still have the Qi machine here. So when the student, I call student, I don't call patients. When the student come, I teach them. Okay, I find one point. Okay, you go home, dig them every morning. Okay, and you do the 6 sound, and you do the inner smile. Okay, so they have to do it. Okay, it's a must. If they don't, and when they call, I said, when you feel better, you call me. Okay, so they don't. Some people they call me. I say, you feel better? I say no. I say, have you do the practice? No. Have you massage yourself? Say no. I'm very busy. I have no time. So I said, I'm very busy also. I have no time for you. Okay, so I said, no, I pay you extra. I said, I don't care. I have no time for you. Okay, if you don't work on yourself and don't feel better, don't come to see me. So some people they don't come. It's okay. Okay, I don't care about that. But those people that after I say you must work on it, and they started to work on it and they're practicing it, and when they come back, the attitude entirely changes. And ask them, you feel better? Yes. Sometimes I say, even you don't feel better, you can say, you feel better. So they feel better. Okay? And I go on and check the abdominals. Oh, yeah. You're much better. The tension is gone. The problem is better. So I find again and find another spot and mark it. Usually I get a marker and mark on here. Non-toxic one and mark right on the abdominal. You go home and dig on this place. Okay? You must dig it every day. Every morning you must dig it. And you must do your inner smile, you must do your six sound. And after that, sometimes 3 sessions, they feel better. And they asked me, said, Master Chia, you teach me how to do it myself, and you teach everybody, and eventually you have no more patient, no more student. I said, I don't care about that. Okay, but actually I get more. And later on, my appointment go up to be 1 month. I have to turn people away. I cannot pick up right, walk in, and no way to turn, no way to do that. And this is really happen. Okay. So I want you to understand a very simple theory about that. Okay, so Ci-Нэйzzan primary is start with the abdominal. Okay, so we're going to start with a very simple way that how the refracting point. So the refract point of the organ, and actually very simple. Okay, we have a reflexology on the feet, right? Foot reflexology. So now very big massage the foot. Okay, and you have hand reflexology, you have ear reflexology, you have nose reflexology. Now this is not reflexology. This is right on the problem. Okay, if your TV and you try to work and suddenly the TV cannot move. Okay, and you try to fix, and is there something wrong with the remote control, right? When you have the TV and the TV suddenly don't work, and you try to fix the remote control, okay, and you think you're going to fix the TV, right? So you don't fix the remote control. You go and fix right in the TV. What's wrong in the TV? So if the TV work and the remote control work, yes, it work. But if the TV don't work and you try to fix on the remote control, it don't work. So for me, I think that like I have so many Thai massage people come here. When I testing them, I said, let me see what you do. Okay? So they massage here half an hour, here half an hour, here half an hour, here half an hour, and the back half an hour. It's 3 hours. Okay? Actually, I don't let them do that much. I said, please, you move. And when they come to abdominal, they said, my teacher never teach me how to do it. And they said, no, don't do that. If you're going to break your abdominal, you're going to get all the intestine broken and everything. And I said, I did this so long, and this technique been many thousand years ago. Okay? Only when the people don't understand it, and they say, don't touch here. So let's start with the first thing first. The first thing on the top here, we call the heart constriction. Here, right below the sternum. If you press on here, and you lightly massage here, some people have a problem with the liver and the heart, because this is over the liver under the heart. Okay? And this one, Max is here. So if Max remember when he's small, when he have friends come over and play in the house, okay, and that night he's going to get nightmare and get up and walk, run out of the room, okay, and because it's too exciting, and the liver too hot, and it affect the heart. And he will sleep, he get a nightmare. Okay? So after that, I said, I massage him here. And it's very painful, don't let me massage. And I said, Max, if you don't let me massage here, no friend come to the house. And I remember the story. And I massage him here. And from there, he have no nightmare and no nightmare. And he don't get up and run. Yeah, this is absolutely true. If you cannot sleep or have overheat here, you massage this. It absolutely works. Okay? It's right under the heart. It's a heart constriction. When the heart overheat and the liver overheat, it pushes over the heart and the heart overheat. And the heart overheat, you cannot sleep. And you're going to have a very nightmare and bad dream and all kind of problem here. So that is the heart constrictions. Okay? And people have grind the teeth also at night. Sometimes you check the teeth. The teeth is ground out so little now. Okay? And if you massage here, and the liver, because involved with a lot of anger. And it's from here. It's right on behind the heart, right on the heart. Okay? Now, you come down between the heart, we call the heart pericardium. Both are connecting together. So the navel and below the sternum break in the middle, we call heart constrictions. They call the pericardium. So you press here, and you press it in the middle here, and that's heart constriction. Okay? You always have to do it. If you lay down, you're going to feel this. A lot of people very painful. Okay? And you don't believe it, that the heart overheat. If the heart overheat, it's just like the cooler of the car, the radiator. Okay? So this cooling system, if they overheat, what happens? The heart going to get hurt. And people going to get heart attack. Like this year in Europe, overheat, French, many old people die. Hundreds and hundreds of old people die because the heart constriction cannot take the heat. And they just die. They have the best medicine. What they're going to do? They cannot do anything with it. There's whole overheat in here. Okay? Now, so heart and heart constriction. Okay, you understand it? You cannot do anything on the heart, but you can releasing here. It's very close to the heart than the feet. The feet is quite far away. Okay, so the next one, we come up to the left-hand side. Okay? From the left-hand side is the reflection point of the stomach. Okay? Here, the stomach area, and you're going down to the tipper warmer on this area. Tipper warmer. You're going down to this, nearly the end of the, here is the spleen. The spleen. And you come down to the lungs point. Okay? And from there, on the right-hand side, you go down a little bit, is a gallbladder reflex point. And you come down to the liver reflecting point, liver. And you come down to the lung. Okay? So this rib cage are so much involved with all the organs. And also we're going to talk later on about the diaphragm. Because the diaphragm, when this one when you touch here and this one is tight, involves so much about the breathing pattern. Okay? Your breathing pattern have problem, you get problem. Okay? The biggest problem is the diaphragm cannot move very well. Now, we come down to the middle here, and if you, from the navel, you come out a little bit, come up a little bit here. And that is on the side here is the kidney. Kidney reflexology point. The kidney reflexology point is go all the way like this down and go to here, to the bladder area. Okay? And from there, you have the bladder more out here, and you go on the side of the kidney, and you go down toward the bladder area. So when bladder pain, you can find all this area are reflecting. Very painful. Okay? And we have the last intestine. You have ileocecal valve and sigmoid colon here on both sides. So you touch the hip bone, it's right on the both sides here. And the small intestine go this way. So the reflexology of the small intestine. So this is all you have to learn, very important, because this is what involves so much about your organ. Now in the old time they have pulse reading and the face reading and the pulse breathing and the tongue breathing. So the tongue, okay. So you can see from the tongue and reflecting the tongue, okay. And so we are very concerned about the energy, okay. You always connecting with the force, and you bring the force down, and you ground the person, so you can use a lot of time. Is involved so much about the force, okay. It doesn't mean your skill very good and you don't have the force. You don't get it, okay. So you get channeling the force and you work on the people. So in the West now they know that this is in the New York Times. It's talking about the second brain. So they have more about 100 years ago. The West discovered the second brain. Okay, they discovered the second brain, and they can. The important part of the second brain is that it can recording, experience, and respond to emotional. And this is they discovered, but they're still not very sure that where the emotional store. You see, in the 1,000 for 5,000 years, we already separate that each organ store different emotional. Okay, and one thing that you're going to work on the Chi-Нэйzzan is the emotional. It's a very important part. The emotional store in the organs. If you don't get rid of it, no way. It's going to come back and come back again. So they need to do the inner smile, the seeking sound, and the microcosmic. Because emotional are stored in the organs. Okay? So this is the book. This is a team of Western doctors do a research on this second brain. Okay? And we have the book here. Now, so the most important part we're going to talk about the Chi-Нэйzzan is involved so much about you make sure the digestive system working and the internal detox system. You have to detoxify the organs. So sometimes in the we call the sedimentations. Okay, there are so many toxins in our life. The number one toxic we have is the air we breathe. Okay, And the number 2, the most toxic one is in our house. Okay, in our house we have so many chemical things, spray, and all kind of detergent and all kind of, there are many toxic. And they are toxic in our food, and they're toxic in our water. Okay, so air is the one that have. If you look at the air filter, the vacuum machine, the water is very clean, right? But after they pass through the water filter for a while, what happened to the water filter? Very, very black and dirty. So are you sure that the vacuum machine and us, are we using the same air? Are we using the same air? Actually, the vacuum machine is better than us because they only vacuum your house. But when you go to the polluted city, and you're not going to get a vacuum machine in a polluted city and a vacuum on the street. In 1 hour, you all fill up with all dust. But we go there with all the dust and we vacuum into the breathing, into the system. And you believe or not, all those things, that's what we're going to talk about. The toxic that you are putting into your system is killing us. All we have to do is sitting there and sing the song, "Kill me softly and gently." All you have to do is just sing that song that way. That's it. Kill me softly. How do you sing that? Right? Just sing the song, "Kill me softly." Because when the organ all block up, finish. So the digestive system, so we have the lungs. Lungs getting actually nearly 90% of the toxin out of the body. 90%. So if you don't breathe properly, no way. Okay? So when you exhale long, so the lung sound, we're going to do a lot. Lung sound, we call super antioxidant sound. Okay? You don't have to spend too much money to buy the antioxidant pill. This is very super antioxidant sound. So you breathe. Let's do it together, the lung sound. Right under the rib cage on the lung center. This one you have the people who do them often, very, very often. Okay, inhale. The secret is so simple. Exhale very long. Okay, with the sound. You get rid a lot of things out. If you stress, tired, you do it, you get rid of it. Okay? And so you're going to do. We're going to talk about every massage you do. You have the people breathe in. You have to have the people breathe to the abdominal, because the lungs, the last intestine, and the skin is one set of detoxified organs. It's detoxified organs, okay? And lungs, last intestine. If we cannot move the bowel move well, it becomes a place to culture all the bacteria, all the parasites, all the fungus, and it goes direct into the system. Okay? And that is very bad for us. And another one is the liver, the kidney, and the lymphatic system is all taking waste material, toxic out of the system. So all you're going to do in the Ci-Нэйzzan is detoxify the system. You get rid of all the tangle and the knot. And that's it, if you get that one right. So the number one, we talk about the digestive system. I mean, the breathing, you say the lungs, the breathing of the lungs is very important, okay? If we don't eat, how long can we go? Maybe 1 month, okay? If we don't drink, how many days we go? Maybe 1 week. If we don't breathe, How long can we go? 2 or 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. Some people practice maybe 5 minutes, right? It's very quick. I tell you, human life is very fragile. Very fragile. You choke that guy, in a few minutes he's gone. Right? Okay. It lasts longer than, it's very quick, you know. All you do is just choke the guy and they're gone, finished. Okay. So the next one is the digestion system. Like the lung take in the energy for us and burn, right? The digestive system, you have the mouth, the saliva, the chewing, and the stomach digestions, the small intestine absorption, and the large intestine also absorption and eliminations. So if you have a very, you work so hard and your body is so weak, and you have a lot of money, and you can buy the best food to eat. You can spend €100 for a meal, okay? And if your stomach cannot digest and blow up and so many gas, and the small thing don't absorb it, so you spend €100 to eat. And a few more days you go to toilet, they move out €99 into the toilet. Okay? So you're spending all the money for the toilet. So you can buy a gold toilet anyhow. Okay? Because all the money you spend and you move out. Because the digestion not good, the small intestine not good, the absorption not good, it's gone. So that's why the exercise is so simple. Abdominal breathing, move the lung, because the lung and last intestine, they connect. And the digestion, so abdominal breathing and the hitting. One of the best thing on the knowledge of the Taos, there are more than 5,000 years, is the hitting. Okay? You don't believe it. Anything you can hit it. Now the simple thing is the abdominal. Okay? Sometimes is the toxic, the waste material, the thing clot in the small intestine and large intestine. Okay? And if you apply a little bit force, you break them. Believe me or not. That's all. It's no more than that. Hitting on the large intestine, hitting the small intestine, it helped. You really improve your digestion. It's too simple, that right? All I'm going to show you is a very simple thing. The only problem is do it. That's all. The only problem is you have to do it. If you don't do it, you don't get any result. Okay? So this is very important. If you cannot digest, you cannot absorb, and you don't get rid of the waste material, you get big trouble. So the first thing in the Ci-Нэйzzan is opening the wind. Make sure the wind moves. The second thing, make sure the gas and the tangle and the small intestine and large intestine are moved. So that is the first thing. Okay. Now absorption, the stomach, and the stomach, the intestine have many nervous system, a lot of nervous system. Actually, the nervous system are not smaller than the brain here. So they can do a lot of things, the small intestine. They can remember. It can recording experience. It can recording and store and respond to emotional. Okay? So in the West, you always say, I have a rock in my stomach, right? You have the saying that way. Huh? I have a rock in my stomach. And what are you going to do with the rock? Okay? You need to get rid of the rock. Okay? So the Ci-Нэйzzan is exactly doing that. Get rid of the rock. There you have. So we have more nervous system in the abdominal than the brain in the head. So that's why in the Tai Chi and the Tao practice, everything is this abdominal. We call it Tan Tian, lower Tan Tian. Okay? Now, the other one is the heart, and we're going to talk about the heart later on. Okay? The heart also involves so much about emotion. Emotional is the major causing of all the organ problem. Okay, emotional. So let's back to talk about the air and the breathing. The diaphragm we call the spiritual muscle. So learn how to breathe and feel your diaphragm moving. It's very important. Now, if you train the diaphragm breathing well, okay, because a lot of time people breathing like this on the chest, so the lung expand very little and not expand enough in the lower part. Okay, and every few millimeter of the diaphragm move increase many times of the lung moving. So if we breathe lower, and it's very simple. You train for a week, your diaphragm can move about 20 to 30 millimeter of the movement. When you increasing that diaphragm movement, immediately your lung increasing much energy. Okay. No matter what you do, if you don't get the diaphragm do it well, the spiritual muscle well, you have bad health. People going to have very bad health. So one of the major Cì-Нэйzzan is release the rib cage and make sure and breathing. Make sure the people breathing and feel this abdominal and the diaphragm are moving down, up and down, and the organ get massaged, and it also get rid of the toxic. Okay, and so the lung, the diaphragm move down and move up. Lungs is a very complicated. The lung, the alveolus, the one that taking the air in. They calculate out we have nearly 30 million of it. It's a lot. It's a tiny little air sacs to draw air in and exchange. This is where the exchanges of the blood. The red blood cell exchange the carbon dioxide out and the oxygen come in. So they exchange. Okay, and most of them is in the lower part of the lung. And the blood, because of the cavitation, when the heart pump the blood in, where they feel first? The heart pump the blood into the lung, where it feel first? Huh? Because of the cavitation, where it feel first? Upper low? Lower low. Okay? So let's try to breathe like this. Okay? You breathe like this. On the chest here. And your shoulder up like this. What you get? You only breathing the air into the upper chest. Okay? And most of the blood, 2/3 of the blood in the lower lobe. It's only 1/3 of the blood on the upper lobe. You see how much there? So the heart pump, it come out and the blood flow right into the lower lobe. If we breathe like this, you only feel upper part of the lung and you only clean out 1/3 of your blood. And what happened to the 2/3 of the blood still contain what? Carbon dioxide. And the carbon dioxide creating a lot of acid. And that's what beginning of causing of the joint problem. Rheumatism, rheumatoid, and when we have too much carbon dioxide, it creating pH balance, our balance. Okay, immediately, when you breathe not good, when you're breathing not good, the pH balance changes. Too much acid and very little alkali. Okay? And when there's too much acid, all the joint going to get pain and the organ that is not going to work because the pH balance are gone. Okay? So that is a very important part of the breathing. So now let's try breathing here. Put your hand on this is the lung part. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel something pushing your finger. And that is your diaphragm. Exhale. If you train every day, you get more energy immediately. Okay, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very, very long. When you exhale very long, you give the body a chance to clean them out. Okay? You exhale, so the body, the blood, will take all the oxygen out, the carbon dioxide out, and take more oxygen in. And you feel the air into the lower lobe, and you exhale very long, you give the body a chance, the blood a chance to get rid of the carbon dioxide and the waste material out, the acid out. You see the point there? Too simple, but the problem is that we have to do enough. If you don't do enough, it don't work. Okay? Now the next one is involved with the blood. Okay? The blood thing, after I look at so many people's blood, I said, my God, this is the number one killing us. If the blood are dirty, okay, the first thing you're going to get is the blood are dirty and the cells are stick together. Okay, the first thing we're going to see here, if we stretch all the blood vessel and the capillary in our body, they will wrap around the equator of the world two times. Okay, because it's about 25,000 miles. So the smaller capillaries is about 1/5 of the diameter of the hair. If you take a 150, if you take a hair and you cut them into 50, slide them into 50 pieces, and that is the capillary. Okay, and if we add up 25 pounds more, the body have to build 5,000 miles long. 5,000 miles is quite long, huh? From here back and forth to Bangkok 5 times. There's 5,000 miles. No, more, 10 times. It's nearly 10 times because Bangkok is 1,000 kilometers. Okay. So if you add up 25 pounds more, the body has to build 5,000 miles long of blood vessels in order to feed those extra fat that we build up. Okay. Now, one thing that you're going to see that in this blood here, the red blood cells are so stick together, and this is the plaque, and the plaque are bigger than the red blood cell. Okay, and it's going to block. So this one, because the inner capillary is all on the skin and all in the organs. They all are so small. Now, but the skin, the whole skin, we have so much. So we have to have we're going to go into talk about brush the skin, detoxify the skin. So the capillary not allow the red blood cell to pass through. So the lymphatic can separate out and go to wash into the lymphatic system. Okay, go to wash in the lymphatic system. And the blood separate back, so we call black blood or blue blood. It go back to the kidney, go back to the heart, and to get the oxygen and mixing with the lymphatic fluid and become the blood again, new cleaner one. So a lot of these plaque are bigger than red blood cell. It will block on all the skin and especially the organs. Organ is terrible. Okay, so the heart, you put them together, can wrap around the world. Okay, so this one you see here, the thrombosis is so big. This is the red crystal. This is the plaque. Okay, and there are bacteria inside, and a lot of undigested food. So this cell is too stick together. Okay, and that is the undigested protein. So if you take the whole body, everything out, the whole body structure is the blood vessel. So this one is they do it in I saw them in Berlin. They have only the blood vessel out. The whole problem we have now is the blood vessel all blocked by all the plaque. So I strongly recommend you to do the blood check and see your own blood in the Pakwa Center. Okay, look at your own blood and how many plaque you have, how many crystals you have. And that means over here we are very expert now to break all these things out and to get rid of it in the system. Okay, the Ci-Нэitzzan will help breaking, but you still sometimes you need a process to really breaking it. Now this is only the heart and the blood vessel. The kidney, the liver, the heart, only blood vessel. And this is a lot of work to just take them out and let you see only the blood vessel. So if you see here, a lot of plaque and thrombosis and everything block the heart. And you know what the West can do? They can do now is balloon. But what kind of blood vessel you can do? Only big one. You're not going to balloon the one that 150 of a hairline. And the one that blocking and killing us is the one that supply all the nutrition to the tiny little cells. And they're a capillary. And in every organ you have it, all the skin you have it. And because they are so tiny, all the thrombosis will block them. It's good that we have 25,000 miles to block. Okay? But if you block half a kilo every day, and you don't have much left. 25 miles is still a long time to go, but half a kilo a day, you don't left much in the body anyhow. The next one, the detoxify, is the kidney. Okay, so if you work on the capillary and clean out, so the heating and the abdominal organ, when you massage the abdominal and we have the skin detoxify and the organ detoxify, you break those crystal. Some people it's real. I tell you, it's real. One time when I'm in Boston, I massaged one person. Is so sick. He's so sick, And when I massage on the liver, it's just like sand. The hand under you can feel like sand, very sandy. Okay. And I said, oh my God. I said, you have to do it every day. Yourself. It's too much to do it. And after do it for a month, and you come back, it's gone. It started to get better. But imagine those thrombosis, those crystal, all these things is come from the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the chemical we use. Okay, we have so many chemicals add in the food now. Okay, and now household thing chemical is so much, and we don't know which one is this one. And a lot of chemical they put in the water or sip in the water is very hard to get out. So we put all this, like the chemical they spray on the food, the pesticide, fungicides, on the flower, on the vegetable, on the fruit, is a lot. And it's all into our system. It's so fine and it goes into the blood. But all these things cannot be digested, so we cannot do anything with it. So it's stuck in the blood cell. If you don't break them, it cannot get out of the system. Okay? So the kidney is another very powerful, tiny two pair of cleansing machine. Okay? Kidney is 24 hours a day. 1 hour, the kidney have to filter 20 times the whole body blood. 1 hour. Okay? So they roughly calculate out, kidney will have to wash the blood whole day. Okay? It's a 400 times, nearly 400 times. You take the blood, so it's about 1,180 liters. It's a lot. We only have about 7 to 8 liters. Yeah. That's all we have. But you have to go through the whole kidney every day. Many, many times. Okay, over and over and over. So the kidney are non-stop cleaning out all the waste material and all these things. Okay? So the kidney, this is tiny little sac that are filter the kidney. And this is the kidney stone. Okay? The kidney, and it's very loose, very loosely combine and block the kidney. Kidney like a filter. If you vacuum your house for a while, the filter is all black. And that's the kidney. This is what the kidney do. Okay? So the one thing about the kidney is you have to hit them every day. And you have to hit them with this. If you hit them, this very loosely, or we call limestone or toxic, pile up, it will break them. And you do every day, it get rid of out of the body. Okay? And otherwise, the kidney gone. Okay? And so many people now every day are waiting to do the kidney transplant or go to wash the kidney. Okay? So you need to hit the kidney. Okay? Now, liver is another very big system in doing a detoxify system. Kidney do many functions. Okay? It can producing cholesterol, change the fat, take the toxic, and its another function is that it can take all the ammonia, toxic material and convert to urea. So it convert them to urea, and it get rid, and the kidney recognize and get rid of it, and producing all the vitamin, all the fatting, everything, digestions, all the liver has to do it. So liver do a lot. But the biggest problem we have is clot the whole liver. This is all the blood vessel of the liver. And the thrombosis crystal, if they pass through the liver, they will block on the small capillary. And day by day, it block up all, it finish. Okay? The liver cannot work anymore. Okay? If we block, the first thing we're going to get is bacteria and virus will go in and grow. Because no blood supply feed the liver. And liver eventually going to die. So that in the liver, we have a massage the liver. Very detailed massaging the liver. And you have to hit them. And you have to teach the people do the liver sound. Sometimes they just lightly hit it. You don't believe it. If you hit them, a lot of things get better. Okay? It's just like that. So simple, huh? Too simple. Okay? Eventually, when it blocks so much, what are you going to do? Surgery. Cut it off. It's all blocked. What are you going to do with it? Okay? We block our system, and no matter what you do, it's not going to work. Okay? Now this is the gallbladder stone. Okay? Actually move out from the gallbladder. So we have the liver and gallbladder cleansing. And you can get this, some of them come out like this. And you put it, we have this one. We still have this? Yeah, we have this. We give it to you. And when you take the liver cleansing, and you put this one on the toilet, and you move out, and you wash with the water, and you're going to see all these things come out. Okay? And they said every adult need to move out 2,000 stone out of the gallbladder. I don't know. The gallbladder is so small. How can you have 2,000 stone there? They say some of them are blocked in the kidney, in the liver. Okay? A lot of them are stored in the liver here. Liver and gallbladder. Okay? So believe me or not, this one is it form a very tiny sand gland, and later on they combine together bigger and block the liver, the gallbladder, and get very, very painful. But you can get rid of it. Okay. And the next one is the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is an amazing system, because it washes the blood, and it's the defense system for us. Okay, it's a very complicated system. So if you hit them on the skin area and you squeeze the muscle, because their movement is depending on the muscle. So when you squeeze on the muscle, tighten the muscle and release. Tighten the power lock. Okay, when you do that, it started to move. The energy started to move. Okay, and now the lymphatic system is the best, is hitting, and I have it. This one I forgot to get it. I'm going to bring up. You have the brush or we call the gall fiber, the same like this here, and you brush them toward the heart. So the hitting, or you brush them toward from the top here up, and the arm up to the heart, and the leg up to the heart. So you brush on the skin, you have the lymphatic, help to detoxify the system. Okay, and that is very important part to do that. Okay, we call dry brush. Dry. It's so important because the skin is the dead cell. Okay, the skin is the dead cell. And the last one we need to know is the immune system. Okay, so one important training camp is the thymus gland. So we have a thymus gland massage on the whole sternum, very painful. I just want you for certain. Okay, massage on the clear out and activate the thymus, and emotional is the sternum. So you are digging on the sternum. Some people very painful. We call the training camp. The next biggest training camp is the abdominal. Okay? Abdominal, so you see here, intestinal tissue and liver is the biggest training camp. It's the biggest training camp. And they are training so many soldiers. If your training camp are close, and abdominal, okay, hit them, it works. Okay, there is the killer cell, is the one that can kill the tumor and the cancer cells, and there are more and more study about this now. Okay, and there are many other cells that are actually help protecting. This is a white blood cell. Okay. So we're going to start with the first one. We call opening the wind gate. Okay. So the first thing we have the groin area, opening the wind gate, and the next one we have the tan tien. First, second, third, and fourth. First and second we are pressing on the aorta area. The aorta. Okay. On the left side, on the top here, and on the side. And when we press on the Vinicava, you don't get the pulsing. But something run very deep, floating. Now in here, you have some pulsing. And number 5, number 6, number 7, 5, 6 have pulsing, 7 have no pulsing. Because you have to understand the aorta and vena cava is a very big, the biggest pipe in our body. Okay, very big pipe. So it's connecting. If you look carefully, so you are actually in here. You're pressing here in this area. Aorta, vena cava. One thing that my master always told me that the biggest problem in the people that come to see you is the return blood. Okay? Now, aorta, not much problem because the heart pulsing, boom, shh. Okay? But the vena cava is the return blood of all the blood coming back. It's not depending on the heart pulsing. but depending on the movement that we have. So people have lesser movement now than 99% less movement than 100 years ago. So what that means, the blood circulation are slower than before. Before that, if you're going to go anywhere, you have to walk. If you're better, you have a horse to ride. But you still have to keep on moving like this, Riding on a horse for 4 or 5 hours is a lot of work. Break your back, if you don't do it well. So we have much lesser blood circulation. So the technique is very simple. You are pressing on all these points, and you close down some system and increasing some system more blood circulation. It's just like a music chair. You close one, you open one, you close one, you open one, like that. Okay? This one you have right on the leg here. So it's a big blood vessel here. And you can feel it pulsing. Boom, 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 boom. Now, the blood will go down here, will go down to the feet, and it will come back. And oftentimes, because we are standing up, so the blood have to go against the gravitations. So return blood from the feet have big problem. So the return blood have a lot of problem that will make a lot of settlement down here. So the people have a lot of settlement down on the feet. We have the vibration machine. It's amazing. And the food vibration and food detox. So very important part is about the food. You should try one time about the food detox. And you can get rid of a lot of toxic waste material out of the system. So you try to open and close them. Open and close, open and close, until they get balance. Okay? Until they get balance. And there's sometimes, just by simple doing this, you already change a lot of things inside the body. Okay? So the chasing the wind itself is creating a lot of healing power. Okay? To shake loose. So usually, I'm going to go like this and using the lung sound. Make sure the people loose. Okay? So sometimes you hear click.
Yeah. And this part is what? You press it.
You just go ahead, go along. Here, usually I press this line is 10. That is where the heart and pericardium. This is where the heart, above the navel, and here okay? And you press it all along here. So very important part, loosen it. Okay? This is, and just shake the people. Because a lot of time people are very tense. Okay? If you loosen them up, they feel better. Don't go right and poke into the navel. Okay? And because sometimes when people have problem, it's very painful. So people that have problems, sometimes they call this is a Chinese torture massage. Very painful. Oh, okay. Okay. So, but if you make it more relaxed, don't go, and be it. But if there's no problem, there's no pain. Okay? No pain, no gain. So the Ci-Нэйzzan is quite, you go right into the problem, you get rid of the problem. Okay? So loosen, sometimes you take time. Okay? So now, you find here the pulse. You find the pulse. Okay? Okay? So you can press on the pulse, and you find this pulse here. Okay? It's pulsing, boom, 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 pulsing. Okay? So sometimes, if your finger is strong enough, you can press with the thumb. So there are many different way. Okay? And you press it and hold it, you count, pausing 72. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you loosen it. Okay? Now, you try to listen again. Oftentimes, you have to learn how to listen with your finger. You have to learn how to listen with your finger. So you listen, see that if there are 1 pulse for him, a little bit lesser on the right side, stronger on the left side. Okay? So you...
Means what?
Okay, mean here have some blockages on this side. Okay, and sometimes you can just work on this and you can increasing the circulation. If you change this pulse, you check the pulse here, it change. So it's the quickest way to change the pulse in the abdominal. Because this is the major echo. The pulse is the echo of all the organs. So the blood go in. So, for example, it's a healthy liver. The blood, it go in, have a certain second, go in, and it come out. Okay? When the liver started to blockage or kidney started to blockage, kidney is blockage. So that's why when you go to Chinese doctor, when they touch, your kidney weak. Because the kidney all blocked. So when the blood go into the kidney, for example, I don't know how long. For example, the heart pump, the blood going to feed the kidney. We say, go in 10 seconds. Tick, 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 come out. Okay? Now, when it started the blockage, when the heart pump the blood into the kidney, it maybe take 30 seconds. Tick, 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 30 seconds to come out. That means what happened? And the heart send it. They say, hey, it cannot go in. So the heart have to pump much harder. That's why you get the heart get failure. Because you have to work much harder to pump the blood to go through any blockages. The people smoke, the heart enlarge twice because there's so many nicotine are blocked in the blood vessel. So the whole body of blood and the heart have to pump very hard in order to go through all the system to work. And the problem is that the heart working too hard and the circulation not enough. Okay? So you find so now I'm going to be trying to opening the right side. So I press more on the left and have this one more open. So when I press more, there are lesser blood come down here, but a little bit more blood out here.
Do you have to count how many times?
I just hold it for a while and I try to find that if I can adjust them. Okay, I can adjust if I can adjust it or not. Okay. Now I release a little bit here, and I press a little bit more here, and I release a little bit, and I check it. See that? Sometimes you're not going to one time. Okay? So I get this one. Mouth is more balanced. Sometimes it's the pressure of the pressure. Okay? So certain part is not too blocked. Sometimes it's very quick. You get both leg balance. Now the next one, we are working on we call the Tan Tien point. The Tan Tien point, today is Monday, right? So the Tan Tien point, Monday we are doing 15 Here, you see the Dantian point here. Today we are doing 15.
You follow the country you go in? Or
Actually, this one is the energy of the organ in that day, affecting by the star. Because the world around. So we see the same moon. We see the same sun, right? So we maybe see the sun earlier, and the other people see the same sun a little bit later, okay? Or we see the same moon earlier, and they see the same moon later on. So we see the same moon. So this is now about planets. Planets, okay? The planets. The planets. Okay, here, if you go out to the space, the planet is very small. That means the Earth quite small, but the planet energy affecting us is quite big. Okay, so no matter how you move, the whole world are affecting by a planet. How it works that way. Okay, so in here, you see here when it come up and it started to go down. So you go about, when you go down here, you go toward the navel. So that is about, we call the Dantian point. So you press toward the navel. Okay, and you count, you don't feel the pulse here, so you count 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? And you rub a little bit, and you release it. Okay? Now, the first point, we call you help activate the kidney, the left kidney. Okay? So, you actually, when you press down, you find, you press down until you feel the pulsing. Because for him, if you measure from here to here, his aorta is quite deep. Like if you get a smaller, thinner person, when you press, you go right there. So his here can be, how many? I have to measure here. From here to here, it's about more than 30 centimeters.
you mean I'm fat?
So when you press like this, you're not going to find the pulse. Okay? So you have to go a little bit deeper. Yeah, you go deeper. Right on the navel area, you go deeper. Sometimes it's the first time you have to clear them out. So when you work on the people getting big and fat, you have to charge double. You have to go much deeper. You have to work hard twice. Inhale. Exhale. Because now I still not go right, I still not on the top of the aorta. Okay? Because the aorta vena cava is right along the spine there. So it's quite deep. Okay? And here is still on the intestine, and this is the spine. Okay? So that is sometimes you don't get it. So usually like this, I will use elbow. Elbow. Okay? Exhale. Now, when I use the elbow, I fight. Okay? So Monday is 8. Here, number 1, Monday is 8.
You use elbow.
Yeah. See? It's pulsing. Boom. So I count the pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, on the second one here, on the second one, number 2 is 17. So I count 17. 1, count 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to count the pulse. Count the pulse. Some people pulse faster or slow. See? It's pulsing but very deep inside. Now, number 3 here. Number 3 this side. Okay, usually, okay, and I go down here. Number 3 is 19. No pulse, but you feel something very deep running. And number 4 below here is 21. You get the pulse there. The pulse. (21). So you count the pulse 21 times. And number 5 here. Number 5 in here. So it's more into the intestine. Number 6, 12. Number 7, 6. And number 8, 15. It's all around the navel. In the White Tao's, in this practice, it's also aware of the navel because we start from the first cell, stick in the placenta. So in the Tao, but in the same thing, everything comes from here. We grow from one cell of the father and the mother, and it stick in the placenta, and it grow from here, fall from here, go like this, go like this. So here have the information. Here have the information of everywhere. Okay, especially. So that's why we work a lot in the abdominal, in the navel. Because you see here, later on in the Cì-Нэйzzan too, this ring in the navel is indicating a lot of problem. Diabetes and all these things is all in here. It's all here, is connecting to every organ. Because you go from here. Sometimes, if you take longer time, you don't do it one day. You do it tomorrow or the next week. Because sometimes you cannot adjust them one day. Okay, like in the pulse here also. Okay, when I cannot fight, I use the elbow, I fight. And I have to see how the pulse is pulsing. Yeah. Okay?